What up, though, homies and homettes? It's your homeboy Bucket Grease. You know what I mean? Bucket juice. And I'm back to bring y'all the madness. you know how we gets down. All right, without further ado, I promise you guys I will show you how I created chord progressions using AutoTheory. Now check it out. Okay, I'm going to show you how I take the chords from over here and I put them over here. Now there's something that you have to understand about this section here. They lay out all of the chords, but these levels you may notice is 1, 2, 3, 4. The lower level means off, as you see here. The first level means octave 1, standard octave, and then the higher octave. So when you add your chords, and I know it may be a little tedious, but it's worth it in the end, trust me. And this is our workaround until we figure out something else, or somebody else in the YouTube community help us to discern something or a better way of doing it. But for right now, this is the kind of the poor man's way of doing it. But the first thing I do is I play the note and I hit the root. So that's the root. That's A, and that's for this chord. But I want this progression. Keep in mind, I want this progression. So here's the notes for that progression. So what I do is I hit it, I hit the next note, and then I find the next note. So I know that that's the next note. Now, the question is that the octave that I want it in? Do I want it in a higher octave? Maybe. Let's find the next note. Okay, so where's that? That sound like it, but it sound like it's out of the octave. So let's turn it up one more. Okay, so that's the octave it sound like it's in. Right. So now let's move on to the next sound, and let's find that octave. That's it. But that note, I'm sorry. But is it the octave? No. So move it one more octave. If we move it up even higher, so we can adjust the octaves by just moving it up and down. But this is the note for this particular, and all of the chords is laid out. You just have to turn on the switch to let the keyboard know, okay, these are the notes that you want to play. So we're almost there. So we got one more. So we find it over here. Is this it? Yes, it is. Is that the octave? No, it's not. Is this the octave? Yes, it is. So now we play this chord. I'm sorry. And then we play it on the keyboard on YouTube. YouTube Reason. That's it. And that's how I come up with my chords. Now you may wonder what this up here is. What this does, this actually changes the note actually. You see that? It drops that to an A minor. And it drops it to a double flat. So if you got one of those difficult, complicated chords, then you can utilize these up here. And I have found myself using it to come up with actually some chords. Now, this actually. Now, originally, I added that 13th note so that I can have a much more richer, much more fuller chord. And pretty much, fam, that's how I do it. And that's how I come up with the chords there from here. That's how I, copy the chord here from here to over there. And then I move on to my next sound. I can actually go up the scale if I wanted to. I can go A, B. Or I can just select the chord progressions here, what I chose. And that is. So we're just going to skip over the entire progression and only select the chords that I decided to use. So the rest of them was, I adjusted these to that. Oh no, I'm sorry. I only use, and then I went to F. So with F, if we find a progression here, if we go to F, I'm going to remove this and just show how it was adjusted. And then you get the picture from there. And that's pretty much how I put together the chord progressions. And that's how you can put it together as well. And we drop some of those down. And I drop that down. Didn't affect it much. But this is the chord progression. Then we drop to C. So with C, what I did was I adjusted these two and I adjusted this here. And then the final note, D. And then we pull these up. And pull these two notes up. That's it. So we went then F, then C, then D. And then if we wanted to close it out, we can do the da, da. This is the 5-1. But in this particular chord progression, we're not doing 5-1. In this progression, we're doing 4-1. So we're not really concerned about this. But, like I said, for the purpose of improvising, you may want to take all of the chord, like for example, let me give you an example. If you select this and you select that and you select and these are good chords to add color and improvise. Improvisation. That ain't a word, and you know it ain't a word, dog. You stupid. But if you want to improvise, if you want to add extra color and different chords into your music, then you add the entire key or the entire scale of chords into it. It's a little tedious, but it pays off, fam, because I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you why it pays off. Because when you switch the keys, say for example, you go from A, you go to G, you can still funk around with the same movement. You can still hit the... You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm literally hitting random notes. It's not thought out. You know what I'm saying? And we can still create a song. You can create a song with two chords. Then you can improvise. Oh, I didn't put the chord to that, sorry. But that's the reason why you want to put chords to all of them. So anyway, fam, it's in a nutshell. That's it. Didn't mean to hold up all your time, but I just wanted to show you how I put the chords together. Now, another tip that you can take away from this, and please, y'all, make sure y'all share this with the community, because it ain't about being the best and being the only one. Share the knowledge, fam. Share the knowledge. Let everybody know, man. Because what I create is beautiful, but what you create is even more beautiful. And what the next person creates is more beautiful than me and your stuff. Let's share the wealth, share the knowledge, and share the game. You feel me? So let's not be so uptight. Share and be fair. And we're a community of producers, fam. We teaching each other. You know what I'm saying? We learn, we grow, and we all be at the Grammys. Man. It's gonna be our time, not Drake's and Lil Wayne's and Baby. All credit is due, but it'll be our time. You feel me? So anyway, homies and homies, that's it for today. It's your homeboy Grand Tizzle, and make sure y'all subscribe, share, like, and what else do I want to try to do? Do what it do. That's it. It's your homie Grand Tizzle. I'll see you in a minute. I'll see you when I spin it. Peace.